Hey, ladies and gentlemen, YouTube. This is the Unexpected Wonder, and as you can see, I'm here with Magi Labyrinth of Magic section review. This time is chapters 56 through 60, and I'll say this. This was a battle section. If you read the manga, you should know. And battle sections are, for me, the most comfortable because they're the easiest to remember, and I can do them anytime practically at my leisure. I might have to review a couple pages here and there, but they're easy to remember. I don't have to go back and reread anything if I don't do them at the exact time. Most videos I do them really right after I read the manga. Alright, so 56 through 60. 56, pretty much what we have here is Sinbad teaching Alibaba how to equip his genie. How to better use his genie's abilities and quit wasting his Magoi, which Alibaba's been. He kept referencing back to what the co-princess did when she arrived on the scene back in, I believe, back in, when was that? Was that chapter 50? I believe it was. Anyways, so yeah, that's that. Alibaba's struggling. This is his first time, and he's not really getting it. He's not getting it. And Sinbad's like, don't worry about it. This is your first time. Focus on at least equipping your genie's weapon and stuff like that. Alibaba was unable to get it during practice. It is what it is. You know how it be. So we move on into and we also see early in the chapter where Sinbad and Jafar are talking. They're like, what changing them? And Sinbad's like, I don't know, something happened. Now he wants me to teach him. It is what it is. So anyways, moving on into later in the chapter, Alibaba is at Aladdin's bedside, and then we see Morgiana come up, and she, Alibaba's worried about Aladdin because Aladdin hasn't woken up, he hasn't stirred, no nothing. So he's worried, and Morgiana, she's talking with Alibaba, and we don't see the whole thing, just like we don't see the full conversation that Alibaba and Sinbad had. We don't see the full conversation that Morgiana and Alibaba had, but we do see her walking away, and she mentions alone, and then something sparks off in her head. So we're guessing Alibaba is going to do something by himself that's probably going to get him in trouble. And lo and behold, what does he do? He goes to the castle, the palace, by himself. So moving on in 57, Alibaba's like, yo, let me up in here. I'm Prince. I'm up in here. I have to speak with Ahbmad. So there's that. And then some of the people of on the streets of Balbad, they come up and they're about to storm the place and maybe kill the guards. And Alibaba's like, look, I ain't gonna let the people hurt y'all if y'all just let me go through by myself. And they're like, okay. So they let him go through, and he's like, people, I got this. I'm gonna save the city. Don't worry about all this. Alibaba here has got this. And then he shows a little of his genie fire play right there, and the people are all amazed. So he goes up in there, and he's calling out Ahbmad, and he's like, yo, you better get your behind out here, get your ass down here, and let's talk. But of course, oh dang, I hate when Ahbmad, my bad, I had forgot his name for a second. Yeah, he's like, and he had got a present of the bodyguards, the bodyguards that the princess had. The banker dude, Makar, had given him them for his defense. And so he's like, yo, unleash the dogs, pretty much. And what do we see? The elephant dude. And this dude here, like, he was a normal human, but something he said about Ko's technology. So I'm interested in finding out more about this Ko Empire. Like, they've got a lot of secrets, yo. So apparently they were able to copy, so to say, the genie transition action. So he goes in from a human, this kind of skinny human, into this elephant with 3 trunks. Anyway, it's stomping around Alibaba, And Alibaba's trying to equip his genie, but it ain't happening. He ain't practicing enough, it ain't happening. And he was thinking, because of the training that he had, that, you know, he should be able to do it under pressure. Just because he couldn't get in practice, he thinking, but it wasn't happening. He blasted. The first attack was just not phased. I mean, there's water nearby, and so Alibaba's in trouble. Then we go into 58. Pretty much that's the whole chapter. You know, at the beginning of the chapter, for any One Piece fans out there, y'all remember this. I got the vibe. Oh, back in 57. Before I forget, I said I would do this in review. The look that Alibaba gave. I think it was on page 7 at the bottom of chapter 57. That was the look of Goku. The little, like, the stare up kind of thing. It was, oh man, that was awesome. But anyway, in 58, pretty much the whole point to that chapter, the whole time, he's getting, you know, he's not getting beat around. Oh, it was getting annoying how the elephant dude's like, I'm going to kill you. He said that at least 10 to 15 times. And I'm like, just kill him already if you're going to kill him. And just shut up about it and do it. Just do it. So that was a bit, that's the only part I found annoying. But the rest of it, it's just Alibaba learning to equip his genie. And like I said, the whole thing with at the beginning, when I said the One Piece fans, if you remember Luffy's battle with Bluno up on Judicial Tower, any One Piece fans will remember that one. You know, when Luffy's trying to go save Nico Robin, and they're up there, and Luffy learns the Gear Second. That's what it reminded me of at the beginning. And then, you know, but it had its own thing, because I mean, doggone, Alibaba was struggling. And he got beat down, and then I love the whole psychological thing that Otaka did when he got knocked the hell down. And he was about to get KO'd, but then there's, you know, Alibaba becomes Alibaba, okay? And he finally, and that sword right there, oh my goodness, that sword, wow, just, he's just black, and then his hands are kind of molten. That was all cool. And then in the 59, you know, he easily defeats the elephant dude with, you know, pretty much single shots him, single swipe, with the black sword. Now, you know, Amon's sword. I want to see what happens when he learns how to really equip Amon. Whoo, that's gonna be sweet, boy. Anyway, you know, he takes on these monkey dudes, like I said before. Apparently, it wasn't just one monkey when it was back at the quarry. I guess there was multiple. Don't know. But anyway, there's a boatload of monkeys, and he's chopping them. And then we have a flashback to the kind of ant, goo, slime thing back in the dungeon, because these things are getting cut, but they're not dying. They're replicating. And then he's having trouble there, but then Alibaba's not having it. He's like, no, I got to get where I'm going. So he just flame on, pretty much. You know, flame sword. Just annihilating these monkeys. But there's too many. And then lo and behold, of course, what do we have here? Morgiana just being her epic normal self, showing up, and she's like, Alibaba, what's wrong with you? What? Dumbhead! How many times I gotta tell you, don't be doing things on your own? I got your back. Homie. I got your back. Leave this to me. Yes, they were thinking, Alibaba's like, yo, I gotta do this by myself. And she's like, no. There are things you can only do by yourself, okay? I get that. But this ain't it. Let me handle this. And then, you know, it was funny, because she's like, I'm stronger than I look. And he's like, you know, he's like, yeah, I already knew that already. That just made my day right there when he said that. Yeah, I know that already. Oh my gosh. But anyway, Morgiana, my goodness, this female here, this is becoming my favorite female character, like, possibly ever. And that's up there with Celine from the Underworld trilogy. Yeah. And there's some other ones, but yeah, she's quickly becoming one of my favorite, if not my favorite, female character. So pretty much she shows her thing, and then yo, when she did her roar thing, I flash back. I hate doing the One Piece fight, but it's One Piece flashback. You know, with the Conqueror's King Haki. That's exactly what I got reminded of. It's like where they're just so intimidated by her. And then the thing I loved about the ending, two things. You know, we see the clash or the rematch with Alibaba and the leopard, you know, leopard swordsman dude at the end after Morgiana flings him over the wall. Dude, that female's so strong. And she's not even, imagine when she becomes an adult, yo. But then, yo, Morgiana stole the show again with, like, the end. She's like, they're like, oh, you couldn't, you know, the head monkey dude's like, oh, you couldn't beat us before. And she's like, yo, you thought that was my true power? My real power? Get real. If I use my real power, I'll make y'all cry. And then she's like levitating and she's about to go some like, oh my goodness, Morgiana, yo. This, like, Otaka. So far, your best character is Morgiana. That's just what it is. Like, she's making the non-protect, definitely. Like, she's the third, you know, fourth of importance. I mean, because you could say Sinbad is more important. Or even fifth, because you got to throw Judar, right? I mean, we got Aladdin, Alibaba, Judar, and Sinbad. And Morgiana, you know, she may be the fifth. You would think she... No. Morgiana just keeps sticking in there. It's like, yeah, I'm here. Yeah. Don't believe me, just watch kind of thing. And so, in chapter 60, you know, of course, Alibaba is about to quickly defeat Catman. That's what I'll call him, the leopard dude. But his Magor runs out and he's like, you know, he cut through steel. Alibaba was like, yeah, this thing is whoa. You know, when he cut through the steel and he runs out of Magor, and then the leopard dude's like, alright, you know, we gotta have a battle of swordsmanship. What's up now? Come on. But you know, Sinbad, and I was wondering what Sinbad told him about how to sort of not restore, but like another way to use the magic again. And so, because Alibaba's, and this is the key thing to remember about the elements, and I remember Judar talked about the elements, and so Alibaba he lets go of a case of oil, which the leopard swordsman slashes, and then it goes all everywhere. And Alibaba, and of course it gets on Alibaba's dagger, and he lights it, and then that's the power in the moon sword. I mean, it was a quick burnout, but it did the job. So Alibaba, you know, he's all out, and he doesn't need magic anymore. He gets up in the throne room, and there's a whole exchange. Of course, Ahbmad is still calling him trash and worthless and blah blah blah. Alibaba is disgusted by Ahbmad for several reasons. But then someone, Deputy King, Ahbmad's younger brother, finally he gets the courage and he gets the balls to step up to his older brother. And so, and we also see the general dude just totally pwned the rest, you know, just his subordinates. He just pwns him. I'm like, dang. I mean, Alibaba, you know, he'd be 3-0, and this one guy comes, ding, 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 subdues all of them. And so that's where we end, and then it just ends on one of the best notes you can end on, Ahbmad. So you plan on something about coup d'etat, and for those who don't know, that's like it's an overthrow of the government. There's different types of overthrow, but pretty much basically it's an overthrow of the current regime, the current governmental regime. So that was just a beautiful note to end that on. And I'm wondering if Ahbmad can actually fight. That's the real thing I'm really left with in this section of besides Aladdin and his whole thing with the magic around him, the Magor around him. So Roke's Magor. That was another thing I was curious about. They didn't really, Otaka really didn't. She just hinted at that one, and also the whole thing with, can Ahbmad actually fight? So those are the two questions I'm left with. Like, comment, subscribe. Give me your thoughts on this section. Hope you enjoyed the review. Of course, you know more is coming very soon. Alright. Peace. Have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful night.